So let me, good evening, everyone, and we thank you so much. Welcome to the 2023 Chester County Economic Development Council Hall of Fame celebration. Thank you. Before we begin this evening, it's always appropriate as we sort of celebrate our unity and our success and the coming together like we do annually every year at this time. Let's stand and show our respect and love for our country by repeating with me the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Please be seated. Thank you so much. Thank you for quieting quickly. And again, feel free to sit down if you so choose. I'm so thrilled to see so many people tonight. Again, new faces in the crowd, which is always exciting. Thank you to our investors or loyal sponsors that come out every year and support our work here at the Economic Development Council. Without you, we just are basically empty symbols and banging noises and an ineffective organization. But you are the empowerment that keeps us alive, keeps us moving forward, keeps us nimble, keeps us humble, and makes this county what it is, a very, very special place. So we just thank you for your trust and your confidence and your loyalty to us as an organization, to our staff, to all the players that participate, our board members, the committee members, and the people who actually come to every event, loyalty and support us. So thank you for that. For those who may not know us a little bit, and there are some new people here this evening that have recognized Patti and her lovely family and supporters, and you are a business in this county and say, what's this organization all about? We're here for a party. I know we're going to have a great party, but we'd love to meet you. We'd love to talk to you. So please, anybody with a yellow badge on as part of our team, please leave your business card with us. Drop it at the registration table. And we'd love to come out and talk to you about your business and how you can get involved with us as an organization and network in as you're trying to do this evening with some other great companies in our county. So please, let's make ourselves known for that. We keep ourselves, as I say, as an organization that's really trying to be everything in empowerment for people. And Barb Cohen is here, and she was telling me a little bit of a story about when you came to the mill here. This was a place where people at this Phoenix Steel Complex were people of all cultures, all races, all religions. Anybody with any creed or conviction were welcome to Phoenixville. And that community open-dooredness is sort of what we have as an organization as well. So we empower people to fulfill their dreams, to help entrepreneurs, help train people for productive careers, to become citizens of this community and raise their families and support the good works of so many charitable, great organizations. As an economic development organization doing all this for all the years, that's kind of what our responsibilities are. And we just, without you, it would be, as I say, unable, and we would be nothing more than just an organization that's trying hard. But we can't do that without all of you. So thank you so much. And that's on behalf of the staff and our board. Just want to give you that sense of a shout out. We're here tonight, obviously, to celebrate Patti Brennan. And Patti, I'm going to talk a little bit more about her later, but I'm getting off script. I'm not very good on scripts anyway. Oh, there he knows. And that's why they put me on a script. So what am I supposed to do now? I'm supposed to go and talk about, in a few minutes, okay, got it. In a few minutes, we're going to do a video. It's Chester County Hall of Fame. What is it all about? Well, everybody knows what a Hall of Fame, if you're an athlete, you know, in any sport, or a fan of athletes or sports, we know what Hall of Fame's about. Well, the business community is the same thing. It's deserving of people who are recognized and as really champions within their industry sector, but not so much for building a lot of wealth for themselves. That's not what it's all about. It's really for people who have distinguished themselves, not only creating successful companies and growing opportunities for others, but also giving back into the community. And that's why we have this wonderful opportunity once a year to celebrate those kind of successes. And I believe there were supposed to be some folks that are running on the screen right now. So I don't know, we have some, there we are. There they are, maybe up there, I was looking at the wrong screen. So as you can see behind me, and I was looking at the wrong screen, these are the folks that have won this award and accomplishments over the years, and you can see a really distinguished legacy of folks who have been so honored. And by the way, tonight we have several of them in the room. And I'm going to look around, and I know there are some who I have been forewarned will be here. And I see one right at the front room, and I will introduce him. Jim Ackerlane, please stand. Jim Ackerlane. Exactly. And another one, Jerry Parsons. I know my friend Jerry's there in the room. Jerry, there he is. Thank you so much. Claudia Hellebush from her days at United Way. Hey, Claudia, thank you for all the work you did for that wonderful organization, United Way, and the legacy you left here for our community. Mike Pia is here in the room, too. Mike Pia, there he is in the back. Some Michael, thank you. We talked that. And Chris Annis is here, Meridian Bank founders. Chris Annis is here in the other room, but he's the only one in the building. And also Bob Hankin. Bob Hankin is here, representing Bob. Now, from the Hankin Group. Anyone else? I hope I didn't miss anybody, but they were the ones that I thought that were here tonight. So that's what brings us together this evening, to celebrate these people, and we all know what marks they have made in our economy in this county. So a couple personal reflections, I think, right now on Patti. You know, Patti Brennan, as we meet as a committee, and how does one get into the Hall of Fame? It's like anything else. You get nominated, and people have to nominate you, and there's a vetting process, and we discuss it, and, you know, it's a very high honor, the highest honor that we can bestow anyone here in Chester County. And we look for people who have really, as I said, who have led with distinction and fervor and, you know, give backing into the community. So when Patti Brennan's name was mentioned, we said, what a wonderful thing. And I met Patti, you know, many, many years ago, and her husband Ed, we were chatting a little bit while, and the brothers about their business and how they started their business. And, you know, Patti started as a registered nurse and grew to this nationally acclaimed spokesperson on personal wealth management across the country, and just a wonderful success story. You'll hear more about that. But one of the things I wanted to share, there she is right there. I shouldn't see you, Pat, but you're over there. You blend in with all the young crowd right there, Patti. You look great. You do, Patti. But we've known each other for many, many years. 25 years ago, you know, she had this vision, this passion to start a business, like we all do, and you do in your businesses. You know, you have a burn every morning you get up, I want to do this. And I think that really is what drives this lady. And not only that, you put this ball frame lady, which I didn't even see in the front, sitting here into a room, and she's going to light up these light bulbs, and a couple of them they'll pop. If she gets on the stage in a few minutes, they will start to grow. That kind of energy just exudes from her. She energizes, she basically encourages, and she empowers people. And that's really, I think, really the key hallmarks of Patti Brennan. So Patti, thank you. Congratulations to you. Your family's going to celebrate. We're going to have fun tonight. We're going to hear more stories about that. And at this point in time, I'm transitioning a little bit now, I believe, to my longtime co-pilot at the Economic Development Council and good friend for 24 years. Michael has been with me. Michael Grigalonis, whose work was recognized recently, has now become president and chief operating officer for the company. And Michael's going to come share some success stories that we have had this year with working with our unique set of population. So, Michael?
Thank you, Gary, and good evening, everybody. As Gary said, this is my 24th Hall of Fame event. It's actually the first time I'm at the podium, so this is exciting. But I wouldn't have it any other way than the night we're honoring Patti. What a perfect! I'm honored to be sharing the podium with you this evening. So thank you, Patti. And we debated this as a staff, and because we didn't want to. This is all about Patti. Tonight is all about Patti Brennan, and we didn't want to detract too much from Patti, but we thought, we've got a couple of highlights and a couple of new programs for us that are happening this year that we really felt was important that we share with you this evening, because there may be somebody in here that could benefit from it, or perhaps there's a family member or a friend or a colleague that might benefit from two of the things I'm going to mention. I'm going to be very brief because we really want to get to honor Patti, but we did want to share just two quick updates for you. One of them is the work that we've done, a really intentional work to serve minority and women-owned businesses. We set out as a board, our board really challenged us about 2.5 years ago to really look to make sure that we were doing all that we could to make sure that we were serving not only minority-owned, women-owned businesses, but the small businesses in our county. And so we set it as a strategic priority and developed a formal, comprehensive plan for DE&I, and we looked at our board and we looked at our staff, and perhaps most importantly, we looked at the services that we offer as an organization and making sure and considering whether or not we were doing enough to make sure we reach out to all those communities, all those individuals that could benefit from our services. And one of the real focal points of that work was access to capital. That's one of our real core services at the Economic Development Council is helping businesses access credit. And so we were fortunate to secure a $20 million award from the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania. We started something called the Catalyst Fund, which prioritizes lending, and it's not quite micro lending, but it's much smaller loans than you typically perhaps think of us when you think of the SBA or some of our state loan programs. So it's really enabled us to improve the access to credit for a lot of women and minority-owned businesses. In Coatesville, we have 7 loans just here in the last couple months, all in the downtown Coatesville. We have a statistic that is up on the board now that shows, I think, really tells our story very powerfully, and that is we did a baseline. When we formed our DE&I plan, we did a baseline analysis to see what the current state was, and at the time it was about 7% or so of our borrowers were minority-owned borrowers. You can see that has grown by 340%. This year, we've approved 42 loans this year. Of them, 31% are minority-owned borrowers. So we're really proud of that. I know there's a lot of bankers here in the room that have partnered with on some of these projects and are part of our portal, where we're going to be asking you to participate in these projects moving forward. So we appreciate your partnership in that regard, and we're looking forward to continuing to work on both the minority and the women-owned businesses. The other thing I'll mention very quickly is a brand new award we got just last week. So this is breaking news. I don't even think we've done a press release on this yet. But something we are calling the Near Completers Grant, or we've now branded it the Project Reconnect. And as the name suggests, this is all about focusing on those individuals that nearly completed their certification or their degree. And so we're partnering with our workforce development boards in both Berks County and Montgomery County, as well as the Chester County Workforce Board, of course. And our objective, we have between now and June 30, we're going to identify 100 individuals that are nearly complete. They had some event in life, whether that be maybe a financial struggle, or maybe there was a transportation issue or a child care issue, whatever that might be, that didn't allow them to complete their degree or their certification. So we have a $2 million award from the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania to identify 100 people that we're going to get them to clear those hurdles, and they're going to have their degree or their certification, and hopefully will be an important part of your workforce. We know that you all, as business owners that work for us, attracting talent, retaining talent is the most difficult challenge you have. So we're trying to do our part, and there's many other programs we can talk about at a later time. So I've probably talked a little longer than I should have, but we appreciate you giving me just 2 minutes to share a couple of those highlights. So let's now move on to honoring Patti, and to do that, I'm going to invite the chair of our board to come to the stage. That's Craig Steyer. Craig has been the chair for the last 22 months. I guess the countdown is on. Craig's term as chair will end at the end of June, but he's been a fantastic chair. He has the distinction of being the only gentleman that has done 3 Hall of Fame awards because, of course, COVID changed everything around. But with that, Craig, would you take the stage, please?
Move these down here. All right. Thank you all very much for coming. We appreciate it. And Mike, appreciate the introduction there. And thank you all for joining us this evening. It's my privilege to be a part of this evening's program as we honor a distinguished leader in our community. Before we proceed, I'd like to make a few special introductions and acknowledgments. First, I'd like to extend a special welcome to Patti's family and friends, as well as to her extraordinary team at Key Financial. So welcome, everyone. We're certainly delighted to have all of you here tonight to celebrate with Patti and her entire family. I'd also like to express our sincere gratitude to the many sponsors who have generously supported this event. Your contributions have made it possible for us to honor and recognize the outstanding achievements of a leader in our community. Your participation not only demonstrates your commitment to excellence, but also to the growth and development of Chester County as a whole. That's because your sponsorship doesn't just let us put on one great celebration, it supports countless council activities throughout the year to help our local economy grow and prosper. So with that, I'd like to thank the Hankin Group, who is our diamond sponsor, for their generous support for this event. I'd also like to thank our 3 Emerald sponsors, CTDI, Meridian Bank, and Stefano Slack. And we also have 8 Ruby sponsors. So I'd like you, if you would, to hold your applause to the end. So we want to just thank all these folks as well. We've got Brennan Interiors, Gothrop Greenwood, Lamb Macker Lane, Longwood Gardens, M&T Bank, Pico, Truist, and Vanguard. So please be sure to check out the electronic screens that are located throughout the Foundry for a scrolling list of all of our event sponsors this evening. Thank you again for all of your generosity and for being a valued partner in this event and the important work for the Council. I'd also like to extend a special welcome to the elected officials with us tonight. Each plays an important role in maintaining the economic health of our county, and we value their partnership. We have quite a few here tonight, so please, again, hold your applause till the end. We have the chair of the board of the Chester County Commissioners, my friend Marianne Moskowitz. We have County Commissioner Michelle Kickline, State Senator Carolyn Committa, State Representative Chris Pielli, and State Senator John Kane. And we will be hearing from them in a few minutes. So now it's time to celebrate tonight's awardee. It is my honor to formally present the Chester County Economic Development Council's prestigious Hall of Fame Award. Recipients of this award distinguish themselves through exemplary efforts and unfailing vision to effectively lead their respective companies to the pinnacles of success. If you know Patti, you've heard her speak. If you've been intrigued and educated by her unique understanding of today's and tomorrow's economic climate, or if you've experienced Patti's commitment to giving back to our community, then you already know and understand why she is so worthy of this honor and a fitting addition to the ranks of the outstanding individuals who came before her in the Chester County Hall of Fame. If you don't know Patti, let me share a few highlights. Patti Brennan is consistently ranked as one of the nation's top financial advisors. She founded her firm, Key Financial, in 1990, headquartered in Westchester. It has since grown to 30 employees, a portfolio of nearly $2 billion, and a client retention rate of 99%. She has been recognized as a Barron's Hall of Fame advisor, Forbes Best in State Wealth Advisors, Forbes Top Women Wealth Advisors, and a member of the Fortune Top 100. Patti currently serves on the boards of the YMCA of Greater Brandywine, Connect Through Cancer, and the Penn Medicine Chester County Hospital Foundation Finance and Investment Committee. I will tell you that this award honors truly special individuals. But don't take my word for it. Let's hear about tonight's honoree from a few people who know her best.
Chester County Hall of Fame is an award we give out annually to a deserving Chester County citizen who has shown extraordinary leadership in corporate growing a business as well as community service, someone who has given much back to Chester County to enhance our economy, to grow opportunities for others, and make sure they take care of our Chester County citizenry.
I grew up in Newtown Square. I am fifth of 7 children. My parents really lived paycheck to paycheck, which was a really interesting environment to grow up in, because when my mom and dad fought, it was always about money. It's interesting because someone once asked me, is it any question as to why you became a financial planner? Because again, I wanted to feel secure. I want everybody to feel that sense of security that you're gonna be okay.
Technically, I started working at Key Financial when I was in diapers. I am the oldest of 4 children. She started this thing out of what many people would consider their laundry room. As she grew a bit, she moved into the basement. She hired one person, she hired another person. They full-time came to my house and worked down there 9 to 5.
When I met Patti for the very first time, I just remember her passion for the business, that what I saw was this kind of intrepid financial advisor that was clearly doing things differently. And she warned me on the phone. She said, I just want you to know I'd like you to come in for a second interview. but it's going to be in the basement of my house. And when I went for the interview, I learned that she had recently moved her center of operations from the laundry room to the basement out of need for office space. So to me, this was a clear indicator that we were going places.
I started out as one of the basement dwellers. In her basement, there were 7 of us, and we managed $350 million assets under management. She started with nothing. Her and her husband both started their businesses at the same time with a brand new mortgage and a brand new baby.
We were first starting out. I started Key Financial. Ed started Brennan's Office Interiors. We had a baby, at home. Michael had been born, and we just had to grind it out. We just had to divide and conquer and figure out how we can grow these 2 businesses in this home with this growing family.
I have 4 kids also. All of our kids were involved in sports. And I've seen her also build a company, which to me is mind-blowing.
I have no idea how she did what she did. Because she was always there.
I'm not gonna lie, it was really tough. Little by little, staying true to what I believed, because by then, I really believed in this model that we have today that really didn't exist then. And that is real financial planning, true wealth management. People say, well, what is wealth management? To me, wealth management is just the result of a financial plan well executed.
And for Key Financial, I think it's something that has been unwavering from the very beginning of its founding, which is focusing on the individual, having compassion, but more importantly, focusing on the details and the small details, because that really shows, that we care about outcomes.
We are helping these clients who have worked their whole lives. We're helping making dreams come true.
She is well known and respected for being a leader in professional financial management for her clients, her families, and she treats everybody as an individual.
If there's anybody that has more energy than she does or more passion, I've never met them. If you're around Patti, you can't help but be happier and more energetic and more passionate about whatever your mission is.
Patti Brennan is this wonderful lady that everybody in this county knows and has been so stellar doing this and became nationally acclaimed and put Chester County kind of on the map as really the center of financial expertise.
Year in, year out, Forbes says that she's the top advisor in America. But she's so much more than that. She's everything.
She has used the example that she didn't have money to donate to support teams, so she used her intellectual capital and her service.
I didn't feel really good about the example that I was setting, so I just got this idea. At church, we heard that they needed CCD teachers. I wasn't spending quality time with the kids one-on-one, so I volunteered to teach CCD, and I took one of the kids with me every Monday night, and they were my student teacher. It was great because they got to see that you don't have to have a lot of money per se, but you can contribute to the well-being of others.
So Patti feels very strongly in giving back to the community. She sits on the board of Penn Medicine, Chester County Hospital, YMCA of Greater Brandywine Valley. She provided seed money for Cuddle My Kids, which is a cancer nonprofit.
I think that's really the legacy of any individual, is what you put back in, not what you take out.
I remember when I was doing some work for the hospital, and we were looking at a partner to partner up with Chester County Hospital. And we were in one of the boardrooms, and I basically opened my mouth and I said, all I can say is whatever we do, we cannot lose sight of what this hospital is all about. We are neighbors taking care of our neighbors.
The hospital was an independent community hospital. We didn't have any leverage with insurance companies, and we didn't have any money. So I needed board members who understood finances to be able to say, with 35 days of cash on the books, you can't borrow any money, so you can't fix anything, you can't build anything. So you've got to find a capital partner. And there were a handful of people on the board that were really helpful in getting the rest of the board comfortable, because they trusted Patti and a few others, that they wouldn't do the wrong thing for the community. She's a nurse who's now a financial professional. She sees things that we wouldn't otherwise see in the boardroom. She brings a nurse's perspective to that, critical care nurse's perspective to that, and combines that with the finances in a way that just gives us unique insights.
So I worked at Lankenau Hospital, first in oncology, then I was promoted up to ICU. Here's what happened. I was working nights one night, and a resident came to the bedside of the patient I was taking care of, and he was groaning and moaning about having to do his taxes. I said, all right, give me your stuff, I'll do your taxes for you. And at the time I was reading a book, and basically the book said, you know, if you kind of like doing something as a hobby, chances are you'd be pretty good at it.
When you're sick, you go to a doctor. When you need legal advice, you go see an attorney. And in my opinion, when you need financial help, you go to Patti Brennan. She would want her legacy to be one that has transformed people's lives for the better.
To me, what makes Patti Brennan special? Yes, the awards, the accolades, all of that's cool. But the fact that she was building this thing, Key Financial, while she was the mother that she was, how is that possible? I don't know what it was like to grow up with a top financial advisor, because I didn't grow up with a top financial advisor. I grew up with Mom.
I trust Patti enough that I have all my investments with her. My kids have all their investments with her. I trust that when something happens to me, that she's going to take care of my family, and I don't have any doubt about that.
I think one of the things that has always resonated with me since the very beginning is just what an authentic, kind, and genuine person she is. You know, somebody that's truly cares about the individual. Our client base has grown to incorporate many diverse households here locally and across the country, and it's just really a great honor every day to kind of have that stewardship, to be able to come in and, you know, practice the craft here at Key Financial that we all love so much, which is financial planning and investment management.
I've been coming to this Hall of Fame gala for over 20 years, and I've been listening to these people and thinking, oh my goodness, these people are amazing. I wish that I could be a fraction of who they are. And to think that my neighbors might think that I am in that category of being worthy of this award is just so surreal to me. It's just incredible because, I mean, you guys know me. You've seen me with my kids. You've seen me at the swim club. You've seen my kids running around half naked and me with 2 different earrings. And yet, you still believed. And I'm just so grateful that you did. I'm so grateful and honored that you might think that I might be worthy of something like the Chester County Hall of Fame Award. Because, God, we live in an amazing county with so many amazing people who are also, frankly, probably even more worthy of this distinction. Thank you so much. That's all I can say, thank you.
Thank you, Patti Brennan, for accepting this award as the Chester County 2023 Hall of Fame awardee. We certainly appreciate you for everything you've done for this county, this community, and your family. Make this a special evening of celebration for it all. Celebrate it in sweet success. Thank you so much for your years of service, and continue many, many, many more.
Well, Patti, we certainly do believe, and you certainly are worthy. So we really do appreciate and thank you. And it is now my distinct pleasure to welcome to the stage the 2023 CCEDC Chester County Hall of Fame awardee, honoree Patti Brennan. So, Patti, On behalf of the Board of Directors of the Economic Development Council, our staff, and our region's business community, it is my pleasure and privilege to present you with the 2023 Chester County Hall of Fame Award.
And I'm just going to do what I would normally do at home. I'm going to put this on the floor. What do you think, huh? Unbelievable. Just don't knock it over. Yeah. Oh, my goodness. I have to tell you, this is a surreal moment. Can you guys hear me okay? Okay. All right. So I don't know where to start. Thank you. I literally am standing here in front of all of you. As I stand here, I'm in awe of the people that are here. Any one of you could be right where I'm standing. And when Craig called me to tell me about the award, here we go. I'm like, wait a minute, are you sure you've got the right lady? Are you sure, Craig? And what an amazing evening you've made this for me. I look out at all of you. Thank you, everybody at the CCEDC, Gary, Mike, Craig, all of you, Mary Frances, Kathleen, Tracy, and by the way, all of you sponsors, my goodness, I think Tracy told us that you guys broke the record. This thing was oversold within record time. So on behalf of the council, thank you so much for supporting the amazing work that they do. It's just such a privilege to be affiliated with the council. What they do for our community, it's just crazy. Like, you want to move your business? Call Mary Frances, and she'll probably get you a grant as well. She's unbelievable. You need money, there's Seedco, right? It's just, you need a job, go to Hire One. It's amazing the resources that we have thanks to the Chester County Economic Development Council. And by the way, you guys, just to tell you how lucky we are, this council is the envy of counties throughout the state as well as literally the nation. It is best in class. So thank you for everything that you guys do. I really mean it. And if I may say, thank you to the chairman of the Brennan family at Brennan. Honest to God, you guys, this guy has been literally the chairman of my fan club. We started these two businesses. He was in the dining room, you heard it. I was in the laundry room. Brian and Mark, who I think are here, they left their jobs. They had great jobs. They left their jobs to come and join Ed. They lived with us for almost 3 years. It got to the point where I kept on getting pregnant. We were running out of room. So I'm like, okay, boys, you got to go on, right? So literally that's what happened. Crazy. So, and literally as my partner, again, divide and conquer, these 4 kids, all of you kids and the juniors and seniors who are part of my family, I can't thank you enough for tolerating, oh my goodness, how many times I was late to pick you up from practice or school, and for, having to struggle through doing your own homework, because mom wasn't going to help, and they knew that. Jack Brennan learned how to do his own laundry when he was 11 years old. I'm not kidding you, because he figured out that was the only way that he was going to have clean clothes. I saw him on a stool one day. It was crazy. Absolutely. And by the way, how about them? These kids literally would see my employees traipse through our kitchen, raid the refrigerator on the way down, eating all the good stuff, by the way, to go down to the office in the basement. Thank you, kids. I'm so proud of how you have grown into the adults, the people that you are. Last but not least, let me just acknowledge this incredible team at Key Financial. You've heard a little bit about them tonight. Honest to goodness, the intellectual capital that we have is off the charts. It literally is the envy of the industry. And they have trusted me. They have pledged that capital to this little scrappy Irish lady who had this idea to take what I learned at the bedside, taking care of people and their families, and transfer that into taking care of families financially. And honest to goodness, they have made this business so much better. Again, I'm asked to speak all over the country. I was invited to London and Australia. Everybody wants to know, what is it about Key Financial? And I'm telling you, it is not me, it is them. They are so amazing. It is the secret sauce. So thank you so much to all of you. You know, I was telling Craig, I really wanted to take some time to think of a few words that is worthy of this honor. And many of you are here, and many of you know that it has been kind of a tough couple of weeks. And I really didn't have the time as I was witnessing something really special and a little quite consuming. So I'm going to tell you that story, the story. It kind of goes on. I think we talked about it on the video. By the way, they would not let me watch the video. That was the first time I saw it. Absolutely amazing. So thank you, CJ and the whole team. Oops, time out. All right, thanks. You got to keep me going. All right, there we go. All right, so when Mike was describing that board meeting, when he was, you know, Obamacare, it was over 10 years ago, Obamacare had just been passed, and it was really hard for a fiercely independent hospital like Chester County to continue to be able to serve our community. And I tell you this story because if you know, just to kind of lay it out, the boardroom at the hospital is Cornwall boardroom. It's got this big, long table, and it's a very formal group of people, very buttoned up. And we would address each other, Mr. Duncan, Mr. Holleran, Mr. Abbott, Mrs. Brennan. And as Mike was laying out his vision and the challenges, I had an outer body experience, honest to God. Suddenly, I found myself looking at my hand, thinking, what the hell's that thing doing up there? And the chairman of the board said, Mrs. Brennan, is there something you'd like to say? And as my hand lowered, I got choked up, and I said, whatever we do, we cannot lose sight of what this county is all about. We are neighbors, taking care of our neighbors. And I tell you that story, and I hope that you heard it, because it's not just Chester County Hospital. It is Chester County. That's what makes this county so special. It's like, you know, I think about this meeting, this event, honest to goodness, I got a call. Let me give you a perfect example of neighbors helping neighbors. About 2 months ago, I got a call from Bill Stedman. Now, a lot of you guys know Bill, okay? I knew of him. He's the president of Locked In. It's a benefits company. He's incredibly well respected. And when he called, I didn't know that he even knew who I am. And he said, Patti, I've been following you, and I'd like to nominate you for something that could really make a difference for your business, your employees, and the community that you serve. Another example is in the last week, okay? I am literally at the hospital. I am wheeling a friend into the ER. And the security guard was there at the ER. And she's got beautiful red hair, big smile, and I'm frantic trying to get my friend in. And I learned later that her name is Tiffany. Tiffany is a single mom. She was working until 7:30 the next morning, which was Mother's Day, and then she was going to her next job, her second job, to try and keep food on the table for her family. And yet she made us feel so welcome, literally parted the waters so that our friend, our very dear friend, could get triaged and taken care of right away. Last story I'm going to tell you, true story, I'm in Lowe's 2 weeks ago. Now, here's the thing. I don't know if you guys have seen the commercial, but let me just lay it out. If you drive by my house right now, by the way, you might notice that we do not have a doorknob. We have not had a doorknob for 6 months, okay? So finally I figure, oh God, I gotta get a doorknob. I gotta get a doorknob. And I'm in the aisle and I'm looking at all the choices. Hi everybody, how you doing up there? Thank you so much for being up there. So I'm in this aisle and I'm looking at all the different choices and I see somebody, a gentleman named Joe, and he comes up to me, he says, can I help you? And I said, yeah, I don't know anything about doorknobs. You know, I don't know whether to get a black one or a brass one, or, you know, do they tarnish, yada, yada, yada. And at one point he stopped me and he said, you're that lady, that financial lady on TV, aren't you? I'm like, yeah, I'm sorry, you know, I'm so sorry. And he said, oh my gosh, I laugh every time I see that commercial. I'm like, wow, that's great, Joe. Do you kind of get it? And he said, oh, I love it. I get it every time. And we continued the conversation. I kind of chose one of the doorknobs, threw it in the, you know, the little cart. And as I was thanking him for, you know, helping me with that, he puts his hand on my shoulder and he said, we've got this, Patti. It was awesome. It was awesome. So I tell you these stories to inspire all of you. You know, I've been coming to this event for many, many years. And, you know, as we finish tonight and we go out to dinner and we talk with each other, I just want to, I've always thought about this event not as a networking event, but a reunion. We are neighbors, helping our neighbors. Our commercial is Judge Mobile Wash. It's Dave Montgomery, our dentist. It is people in our own community. We've got Mike Capoletti who's going to do the next stint. And by the way, if you have a business and you want to be on a commercial, come talk to me because we're using the same theme. And I don't know if you guys know what this is, but I'm pretending to be something that I'm not. Because I'm pretending to be, first spot was East Goshen Fire Company. And they came and I'm all dressed up in this fireman's outfit and the hat's over and I got the boots and I'm running towards the truck. And, you know, it basically the real fireman comes over and says, don't worry, I got this, Patti. And then it goes on, and Dave Montgomery, and you know, poor Bobby's in the chair, and I'm going with the drill, and it's going, ee! And Bobby's like freaking out, right? And then Dave comes over and says, I've got this, Patti. And then the third one is, I'm pretending to be a judge, and I'm doing the gavel thing, right? And I say, you know, objection, objection. And then the real judge pops up and says, I've got this, Patti. And the message is we've got each other. We are neighbors, taking care of our neighbors. It's something that I cherish. It is such an honor to be someone that you might think worthy of this honor tonight. I can't thank you all enough for being here tonight. It's a beautiful night. What a privilege it is to be that person. And I just want to say one more thing. You know, someone asked me, why, when Craig called me, why were you so floored that you were being chosen as the Hall of Fame? And I guess it's this, it's kind of like what I said there. You know, we've gotten a lot of accolades. Top 100 financial advisor, #1 in Pennsylvania. You know, really nice things, right? And here's the thing about that. These people who have chosen me for that, and this company, they see me at conferences maybe 2 or 3 times a year. You guys see me at the Acme. You see me on the sidelines with kids in pajamas and matted hair, right? Or running late for a meeting, which I always am. So here's the difference. They see me, you know me, and that's why I'm so honored. So Again, I'm just winging this tonight. As you can tell, I was trying to figure out something to say to all of you. I just think that the best way to sum it all up is, I love you all. From the bottom of my heart, I love you all. Thank you so much for this incredible honor, and thank you for being here tonight.
Well, everybody.
Oh, wait, there's more.
There's more. There's more. Stay here, Patty. Patty, I don't even know how to follow that statement, but we're kindred spirits. You know that. We are kindred spirits. And we take care of people. So thank you so much for that wonderful testimonial. Got me choked up too, Patty. There are some people here this evening, though, I do want to recognize. We have some elected officials that were here, and we want to recognize them this afternoon. Please come up and take the podium. We have the commissioners here, Representative, our Chairman, Commissioner Motzovitz, and also Commissioner Kickline are here, as well as Senator Comita and Representative Chris Paelli. So thank you, folks. And I will let you take the stage. And also Senator Kane, is Senator Kane?
Senator Kane.
Senator Kane, are you in the room? All right, he made it. Thank you so much, Senator.
You guys, do you believe that we have all these people here? I mean, these are senators of our great state. It's nuts. We're here for you, Patty.
Thank you. Amazing. Thank you so much. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, we don't want to trip. Here. You got it?
Oh, gosh. Hey, Patty, come on over here.
Oh, boy.
Oh, boy,
You have
here
to
we
stand
go.
close so we can, like...
We love Patty because we're the same
We're all
height.
the same height. We were taking pictures earlier. It's the first time in a long time Michelle and I have been the same height with anybody, so we were very excited.
It's the little things.
Patty, I'm not going to read this, but we have a citation from all three of us. Commissioner Maxwell is not here now, and he sends his congratulations, but Michelle and I are here because we know that you are just an incredible role model. As we spoke earlier, the thing that didn't come across was that Patty started this in 1990, and women, if you know what it was like to start things, especially in the financial world in 1990, she is my hero. She's a hero to many young women. So on behalf of the Board of Commissioners, we appreciate you, you celebrate you, and you got this, Patty. There you go.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Thank you. Wow, that is amazing. I love this. You know what I love about this? Can I just tell you something? I'm sorry, I just got to say this. You know what I love about it? This is what I said. You know, you guys know me. So my formal name is Patricia, but this citation is to Patty. I'm you guys. I'm yours. That's huge. Thank you. Thank you so much. You guys are awesome. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, Carolyn. Okay. More?
It's our turn.
Okay. Oh, wait, there's more.
So, Patty, we've known each other a long, long time, and my dear friend, Senator
Delco?
Kane,
Yes.
Delco,
roots.
representing Chester County and Delaware County, and in the Senate I have the distinction of being the only senator whose district is 100% in Chester County. So I'm very, very honored about that. So on behalf of the Senate of Pennsylvania, we also have a beautiful citation for you. And you will find that your name is Patti, P-A-T-T-I.
Yes.
Because that's how we all know you and love you. And I told you I was going to tell a very brief story, because you told stories, very brief. So for years, I've been off and on. When I can, I come to the annual Chester County Economic Development Council economic update, outlook, okay? So I was running for the Pennsylvania House. It was 2016, and I said, okay, this one is like, you know, the outlook, and, you know, I'm going to take notes and everything. So I'm sitting there, and Patty's there. She's got all her charts and everything, and she says, well, The Pennsylvania economy is about equal to the size of that of Switzerland. And I was like, uh-oh. I was terrified.
Oh my gosh.
And inspired. So, thank you very much. Because then you went on and I said, wow, imagine the possibilities and the responsibilities. But I was inspired. So thank you, Patti, for inspiring so many of us and educating us all of these years.
Thank you, Carol.
Congratulations.
Thank you so much. I have a story for you.
Great job. What am I supposed to do? We won't hold that against you.
Okay, all right, all right. Yes.
Patti, it's an honor to be here to celebrate all of your achievements. You're in our home district, and you're a hometown hero. And there's so much to your story besides being a great financial success with Key Financial. You're a mom, a super mom, a fighting Irish mom. I have one myself. So, you're a teacher, past teacher. You give to the community, and you don't get much back with your time. So it's a real honor to be here to acknowledge you and to celebrate a real shiro in our district. And it's great to give you this citation. I hope I got Patti. I'm not sure if I did. Forgive me. I had a speech here, but good politician knows how to speak, but they don't. And so I think enough was said on that. Thank you so much for being you. Thank you.
Thank you. You can take your seat. All right, we have concluded. What an inspirational evening thus far, and thank you so much, Patti. This has been what a testimonial and a tribute. Hopefully you all have been inspired, as they say, and energized to go out and do good. And we've got this, right? So thank you so much. We are going to clear the room here in a few minutes. So if everybody gets up, the bars are going to be open. You can just move out. Oh, before I do, I have to thank some people. So thank you to the staff. I forgot. Oh, my goodness. The staff have been great. Tracy Overhauser, this is our first event. Tracy is our special event director. Kathleen Nader, thank you so much for doing everything you do. Thank you to all the staff who make this a special, and the volunteers who help with the registration from Meridian Bank and others who have helped us. Thank you.